We started with Patanjali last week, and we went up to dhyana level. See how he started is yoga chitta vritti nirodha, like that. He means what he meant by yoga is union. Mainly he has not delved deeply into what is yoga, because the ongoing sutras up to 196 will actually deal with it. So yoga, he has not given any clarification in the very first sutra, but chitta vritti nirodha is the process which takes the individual to that the transcendence, for transcendence. So that is the thing he starts with. Then subsequently the practical methods he takes us to Vibhudipada. In Vibhudipada he says dharana. That is how for antaranga abhyasa, for inner practices. Actually there are no methods, because what is the faculty which is going to attend on thoughts? That is important. Who is going to attend? Who is going to deal with the thoughts? Who is going to be an onlooker of the thoughts? He also gives broad mapping sketches of how this functions, because yoga has a very deep meaning within it. Because fundamentally non-duality only exists here. There is no you as an entity or I here as an entity. Only that alone prevails. But to start with, for communication, for a person who doesn't know how to get in, actually what is that inner face? What is that approach within? So how to guide him? So he starts with the complete yoga practices, Ashtanga Marga. In Ashtanga Marga, he starts with the Bahiranga Marga up to 5. Pratyahara is nothing but turning within. The Bahiranga practices, the practices which we carry out for the body and for through prana, yogic practices, asanas and pranayama, that turns, that clarifies the senses and makes him to probe within the inner faculties. Here the first sutra is Deshabandha Chittasya Dharana. Desha means there is a location he pinpoints within. That he refers to some of the natural faculties of the mind. We are thinking. What is a thought? Thought is nothing but made up of a sound. A sound. Now I am speaking it out. The speech is thinking aloud, actually, isn't it? What I am thinking within is transformed into a speech. What is actually thinking? Without minus audio, outside audio, but still it is a sound within. Within means where? The consciousness itself continuously modifies as thought movements. The very consciousness and mind are synonymous words. Immediately, whenever we put an adjective called ness, goodness, badness, coolness, like that, so many ness. Here for conscious, if you put simply conscious, it's a verb. What are you conscious of? You have to say immediately. Isn't it? I am conscious. It is not a full sentence at all. Conscious of what? Conscious of somebody's presence or somebody's absence. So it has to get completed with conscious of what? But the whole cosmos is nothing but consciousness itself. Manifest as well as unmanifest consciousness. Manifest, why we have to use that word? Why do we use at all that manifest? Because we have senses. Continuously perceptions are taking place. Through the senses, perceptions are taking place. And within also whatever the memory triggers within, that is also coming into the surface of the mind, consciousness again. That is also we are conscious of. I am conscious of my yesterday's activity. I am remembering means I am conscious of my past. Isn't it? All memories are nothing but conscious of past. And within also, if I am experiencing some sensual activity, I am undergoing some sense activity, I am tasting something, so I am conscious of the sweet. I am conscious of feeling the sweetness of that sweet, particular sweet. So the consciousness doesn't stand alone at all. Here consciousness itself, we are embodiment of consciousness. So when I say embodiment of consciousness means the blood actually circulates within the body. It does so many functions. It rejects the bad toxins and everything every second. Every cells are getting rejuvenated within seconds, within microseconds. Throughout the body, this physical organism is continuously replenishing itself continuously. That is also a conscious activity. The air circulates outside. The 5 elements are continuously working upon each other. Day and night are passing. So all these things are everything manifest or unmanifest, within which the consciousness is the matrix. For a human being, this is a gross physical organism. He uses his senses within for psychology. While using the senses also, who uses it? It is available in the hands of the subtle body called the mind. That is also arising out of the same consciousness only. The very consciousness activates the external physical things as well as the subtle psychology also. The thoughts are actually bubbling out in and through. Consciousness itself transforms into thoughts. We have to be very careful in dealing with this, because at the point of origination, when a thought arises, at the moment, the very moment, the microsecond, it is nothing but the very consciousness itself. That is why in our Vedanta and in our Agamas, Siva Agamas, Saiva Agamas, and all our deeper scriptures and other things, they even categorize how a thought arises. They classify the very movement of the very origin and before origin, after transformation as a word and touching the vocal cord and getting as a speech out of an individual. So unto that stage, they have classified it as 4 stages actually getting involved in that. The very first stage, what they say is para walk. The walk is not with the one location. It has not descended on a particular location at all, a localized consciousness. It has not yet become, it has not yet manifested, it has not even aroused, it has not yet arisen. It is the very paravak stage. Then they say pashyanti. In Sanskrita, pashyanti means seeing. Seeing. Te pashyanti. Te means they. Actually, they, English, third person, plural. They see. Te pashyanti. Te gachanti means they are going. They are seeing. Te khadanti means they are taking food. Like that, pashyanti. There is a stage called pashyanti. Paravak, pashyanti. Then a third stage called madhyama. Then vaikari. Vaikari means it becomes a walk. It has become speech. It has been spelled out. He has spoken. He or she or even an animal has given its sound. It has communicated. It has gained a grossified sound. Like that, microscopically, these people have dealt with this. Actually, that is why here also our Patanjali Maharishi, when he says Desha means there is a location out of which everything is originating. Location. Location is very, very, very important. Please come. Tremendously important, location. In science also, our latest science has come up to this level of spatio-temporal realities. We are all spatio. Temporal means time. We are confounded within the frontiers of these two aspects mainly. We have a form, and that form is labeled by a name. You have a label as Shyam Bhatt. By and by, as we were discussing in the last class, by and by, the name has entered each and every cell of that organism. If that name is abused or insulted, the being is insulted. If that name is revered, given respect, the person is respected. He feels happy for the praise. So the name has become the very consciousness itself. It has assumed the location. That is why the rishis are all nothing but they are all scientists. Meditation is a perfect art. It's an art. Suppose we play carom board. For every coin, every second, the attention comes to the edge of your finger, and the focus is fully on the packet and how to hit the striker, where to hit the coin, and how to direct it to the packet. So everything is in a just like a dance movement. Aesthetically, the very subtle body is actually coming into play.
Using the physical body. Using the physical body.
Using the physical organism.
So it maneuvers the physical body.
It continuously, it needs the physical body. Its expression is physical body. That is why you cannot contain a thought also. It surges out. It pushes you out. You are driven to activity. In Bhagavad Gita, what he says, Krishna? No one is permitted, no one can disconnect himself from doing action. They cannot, that is what he says. The jivas have to do karma. They have to perform, they have to work. The very work is ingrained actually. We have to see ourselves actually. These are all nothing but experimenting. Our mind is the laboratory object upon which we are going to deploy attention continuously and see what is this actually. This is how throughout Bhagavad Gita or throughout any of the scriptures or Upanishads or Vedas, if you take anything, it is a scientific revelation. They are not slokas simply. Just take for example the very Dakshinamurti Stostra. Vishwam Tarpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijandar Katam Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahihi Udbhutam Yatha Nidraya Yat Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanam Eva Advayam Yat Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanam Eva Advayam Tasmai Sri Guru Murti Dakshinamurti, like that it will go. It is not something. Guru Dakshinamurti means it, again you have to get into what is Guru, because each word in Sanskrit, it is scientifically coined. Each word has a root in it. Gu has a root, Ru has a root. Swa means Swatmanam Eva Advayam, like that he says. Swatman, the very own self, is non-dual, in which I see my images, my own images. It continuously projecting me within me. Right? I am projecting me, suppose he is my business partner. I am continuously evaluating him how he performs. Suppose he is my staff. I am evaluating. Suppose he is my relative. I am evaluating. Right? How helpful he is, how affectionate he is. According to the role he is associated with me, I assume myself as a role. That is a projection within me. Continuously, what are these projections? These are also activities. Why should I project? What is a thought image? Is it not a projection? Is it not constructing something out of me? Actually meddling, no? Playing with, no? What is this play? That's why they call it as play. Ishvara Leela only they say. Again, Ish Dhatu is a ruler. That is what the meaning of it. Ish. Ish means in Sanskritam, Ish. One who rules. He is a ruler. Ishvara means ruler, supreme ruler. How he rules? Through a grass sprouting out, he rules. The sun continuously emitting helium and light and energy. That he rules. Actually, 24 hours, 365 days, according to Indian that is Earth's angle, 24 into 7 into 365 days. But sun has no time schedule. Earth is actually included in sun, isn't it? If no sun, there can never be a earth at all. So light is the main. Darkness is, since because this is rotating on it is a complementary function. Actually, darkness doesn't exist at all. It has no fundamental existence. Intrinsic existence doesn't have. Darkness doesn't have an intrinsic separate existence at all.
Absence of light.
Absence of light is called darkness. Since Earth rotates on an axis, half of the Earth is always covered from sunlight. That is why we call it as night. Actually, night has no existence at all. Night is dependent on light. Day. Night is dependent. The very word is dependent on day. Similarly, the thoughts, they don't, an individual thought which is making as an individual entity this self, this person with a form, it is continuously making him to act, draining him to do something. Be desireful, employ your will, think, get caught in the thinking, move, go. Already you are halfway in some job. Have the panting of finishing it, completing it, undergo the life. Like that, we are all punished to do something like that. How our life goes? Already carved out. Everything is carved out. A boy or girl gets married. Within a year, a kid with them. And he starts growing. Whether you like it or not, you are only a channel through which they have to come. They have to get expressed. Actually, who is getting expressed? That is what an individual rishi turns within and searches. We call him because they were olden people, that's why we call name it as rishis. Nowadays, here also everyone is inside. We don't know who is a rishi here. We are also potentially that. So we have to, here he says, that is why the location comes. You understand this? Desha bandha chittasya dharana. First start getting into yourself. Without getting into yourself, nothing outside can help us. No book can help. No guru can help. No temples can help. No religious slogans can help. Nothing can help unless you turn your vision. Where? Again, that location. What is that location? You confine yourself to a location first. See how to arrest a piling movement, marching movement of thoughts. When? What is the way? But there is a way. When you pinpointedly have a location, and to that location you confine yourself, your attention. You tie your attention to that location. That is what we started doing as numbering the breath and being with the breath. That is a casual, relaxed way, not with a motive. Normally, we are always motivated. We have aim for each and every movement of marching thought. Every thought which marches in us, what it does? It has an aim. It doesn't leave you just like that, isn't it? Somehow we firmly hold on to it. I have to finish this. I have to talk to him. I have to get this. Isn't it? Who does all this sankalpa? That's why he has introduced this first sloka. We started doing it. Desha bandha chittasya dharana. Confine the consciousness or mind or the marching thoughts. You are nothing but the marching thoughts. That you also is included in the passing parade. Then Independence Day, the president stands in the dais and the whole military or the different navy, they are all march ahead of him, in front of him. They call march past. So he looks at them, he glances at them. Here, to find who am I, we are employing the same thing. Who am I is the only way, sir. The only way to be real, authentically spiritual. Authentic spirituality, or what is God? Where is God? What is godliness? The whole creation waits for this particular investigation patiently. The whole set as cosmos. See, we have never been not here. We have been going on in this flow just like a wild stream. In wild stream, what happens? Throughout the year, Ganges flow, isn't it? The river Ganga flows. What it does? Wherever, whatever dirt and minerals or whatever the essence of the earth and herbs and everything, even insects, and whatever the waste of the human beings and whatever happens as the garbage, everything is dragged into it.